Hi guys, so this is just going to be a quick instruction video on how to work with OrganicMaps Flutter. To aid in this demonstration, I have created a smaller example application. So this is the smaller, it is in my personal repo, and this is the name of the repo. The plugin I have transferred to AgusWorks, all related works on this plugin, and the experiments that I've been doing on this side will be within AgusWorks, but this is the example. Then you can just clone this example. So just make sure I have the most recent version. And from here as well, you need to download the SDK in the AgusWorks plugin site. Please download the SDK. It's here. The latest version is 23. AgusMaps SDK version 1.23. And you can also refer to the latest version from pub.dev. This is where I release the Flutter version. And then let's say, so I have here anti-gravity open and on the Flutter project. So let's see the pub/spec YAML. Just make sure that you're working with the same SDK version as is here, 01.23. And then going back here, so the way you are going to use this is you need to reference the environment variable prior to invoking anything. So since I've already downloaded the project, so it's in my, I think, let's see, ls, you can see here, we have the SDK 23 there. So if you go like this one, this is like setting up the desktop projects AgusMap, the environment variable for AgusMap's home, and then you can run your command from here. So in order to like compile for Windows, you can just use this command like this, and this compiles for Windows the Flutter example. So in this case, we're trying to compile for Windows using Flutter. There you go. And then we're making sure that the environment variable is set in advance because the CMake files will look for this environment variable. So after compiling for Windows, you should be able to see the map here loaded, all running offline. And that's for Windows. Let's try compiling for Linux, no, Android. And to do that, it's probably best we work with Android Studio. So let's open Android Studio. So this is the command that I'm using, the environment variable and then the Android Studio invocation. You can, I think, also look for Android Studio. It is usually in this path, program files, Android Studio bin, and then you can just do copy path, shift right click, and then you can also do start and then the path to Android Studio. Let me just close this. Path to Android Studio, and then the Android directory of the current folder. You can also do that. And so this is also an alternative. And then once this is already open, just make sure you have like device manager, you have some sort of emulator going on. So in my case, this is the emulator. And make sure you select app. You're gonna run the app and the running device, and then you can, let's debug for now. So that's how it looks like when you're running on. Of course, you'll have better experience on a real physical device with touch interaction. So this is the application running there on Android Studio. So let's up all, close. You can also do Flutter devices, and then I think you can manage your emulators from here, like run Flutter emulators. So as you can see here, Flutter emulator launch. Then let's launch Android. No, this is the ID. So this is also another way. And then you go list the devices. We now have this device. And if you use this one. You can replace the device instead of Win. You can replace it with emulator, and it's roughly the same process in the Mac for running Android, Mac OS, and iOS. Just don't forget to refer to the SDK library because the built binaries are already there. It's large file with all the binaries. So that's it. This is now working on the emulator. That's it for this short update on this another simple sample Argus Maps Flutter example. Thank you.